Hello, my name is Liz Swain. Welcome to the teaching video for Song for All. It is OUP's centenary this year, and to celebrate they are sharing Bob Chilcott's rhythm for anybody who would like to sing or perform it. Before you get started, it's worth thinking about where you're going to have your singers. They could be seated or they could stand if they're able. It's worth thinking about whether they're going to be in a semicircle or a circle. Both of those formats are really helpful for singers because they can see you and they can hear each other really well, which really supports good singing. It's also worth thinking about how you will structure your rehearsal. One thing I like to do is start with a nice warm-up that gets people energised, it gets them focused, hopefully helps them relax before they're ready to do some work. And it's really, really useful to then think about what your song is going to be about. This song has a huge focus on rhythm. It's also the title of the song. So I like to take that idea and then use that in my warm-up so that there is a nice sense of development and that anything you work on in the warm-up can then be applied when you are then working on the song. I like to start my warm-ups with an icebreaker. It's a really great way of helping people concentrate and start to feel relaxed in the room, particularly if you've got a group who've been at work all day and then they're coming in and starting to sing, or you're in a school and your children have been running around like crazy in the playground and they need something to help them kind of focus and zone in. Once they've finished the icebreaker, then I like to crack on with some of the more physical warm-ups, things that will really help prepare them for singing. So things like physical stretches, and think about the capability of your group. So if your group are going to be largely seated, think about things that they can do while sitting down. If your group are more physically able, then you can think about things that might be a little bit more advanced. But start gently and make sure that people are doing things that are within their limits. Because this song is all about rhythm, I would then choose a warm-up that will help the group really think about rhythm and how they work together as a group to produce a really, really, really great sense of rhythm when they sing. So, first I would ask the group to all clap at once. The reason why is because it will require them to really listen and focus with their singers. It sounds easy, but once you have 10, 20, 30 people all trying to clap at the exact same moment, that's when the hard work begins. So, ask them to clap once. Ask them to see if they can really match with the singers around them so that it becomes a really, really unified clap. You can also do this with stomps, by the way. So once they've achieved it once, and you might find it takes a few goes, so it might be a little bit messy at first, and it will start to magically unify the more they do it. Once they've got close with one, ask them to do 2 claps. They will have to really watch each other to make sure that they're all doing it at the same time. And remember, you're not conducting this, they are doing this themselves. Once they've done 2 claps together, ask them for 3. And then finally, ask them for 4. Now that's the heartbeat, or what we call the pulse of your song. And that will go all the way through your song as you sing. And this song in particular, Bob Chilcott's written it with a real sense of motion. Like it doesn't really stop, the energy in this song. And it's really worth figuring out how it feels, and then so that you can then apply that in your performance later on. So here's a little exercise that will help the group when they come to perform rhythm later. You're going to split the group into 2. The first group is going to clap this rhythm. 2, 3, 4. And again. Once that's comfortable, you're going to ask them to keep repeating it. You're going to ask group 2 to clap a slightly different rhythm. So it goes like this, 3, 4. And again. What you will find, you're going to start both groups at the same time. And hopefully, if they're all keeping the same pulse or heartbeat that we were talking about, that dung, underlying feeling, hopefully for the final pulse, they will line up.